Have you ever scrolled through Instagram and seen these beautifully curated feeds where all of the photos seem to have the same color tone? My personal favorite is Beth Kirby's. She's on Instagram and she's a photographer and cook. There's just something about her feed that is so romantic. It honestly makes you fall in love with the simplicity of the food that she's photographing and the places that she visits. And hey, I know that you have to have at least one Instagram account that you personally follow for the very same reason, because their feed simply makes you happy. If you do, share it with us in the comments below. Hi y'all, I'm Vivian Walton, the Seasoned Marketer, and my channel is all about sharing marketing tips, tools, and tactics with resourceful business owners. And in this video, I am sharing with you my favorite free app for creating a curated and consistent look with your photos. Today, I'm sharing with you my favorite free app for creating a curated and consistent look with your photos. Okay, I can hear your thoughts practically. Vivian, this isn't exactly a top priority. I mean, I barely have time to take a photo, come up with a caption, and post it on Instagram or Facebook. Listen, I hear you loud and clear, which is why I want to introduce you to a Color Story, a free app that you can install on your phone and with just a few clicks can allow you to create consistency in the style of your photos. So why is a consistent look in photos important? Or is it? Well, yes it is, especially if you are looking to build a long-term brand. Good marketing incorporates and engages all of the senses. And I think that we can all agree that as humans, we are naturally drawn to good visuals. Deciding and sticking to a color palette or tone can help you visually reinforce a component of your brand. I'll give you an example. If I own a spa, I want people to associate my business or brand with a soft, warm, and relaxing feeling. One simple and small way that I can help solidify this feeling is to slowly develop an Instagram feed that showcases photos that have elements of warmth and relaxation. Here is a visual of how that works. Here is a photo I would typically share on social media as a spa owner. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this photo. It's bright, clear, and airy. But let's take a look at the very same photo after applying a filter in a Color Story. Notice that it's the same photo, but this curated photo now gives off a warmer vibe and a more relaxing feeling. Now imagine having an entire Instagram feed of photos that have the same type of color tone. You can see where over time your feed will start to invoke a certain feeling. It will also give your followers something to expect, which helps you develop your brand voice. Now, on the opposite end, if I sell baby and toddler clothing, I may want my images to invoke a feeling that is more colorful and playful. And so naturally, I would opt for another filter other than the one that I used for the spa. So as promised, I'll show you how to use a Color Story to add a consistent tone or palette to your photos. Now, if you're worried that your Instagram or Facebook feed will start to look too boring, don't worry. The reason a Color Story is my favorite app for this is because it gives you a palette option, which means not every photo is going to look the same, but they will all stay within the same tonal family. Let me show you. First, start by downloading the Color Story app. Here is what it looks like. Okay guys, we're going to start by actually opening the app and click on Albums. That's where you're going to be able to locate the photo that you want to use for this particular curation. Alright, so I've located the photo. Hit continue. You have filters, effects, tools, and saved at the bottom. Click on filters. And that's going to bring up your options for the filters here. Now what I'm going to do over the next couple of minutes is just walk through it and show you what some different options are. What I like to do is just move through each filter until I decide which one is most appropriate. Now this is the one that I'm using currently, but you notice depending on which option you choose, it can drastically change the photo. Alright, so this right here will allow you to to kind of filter and see how much of the actual filter you want to use. So you can change that if you find that a filter is just way too heavy for what you're wanting, and you want to lighten it. You can certainly do it by moving that marker over. Alright, so then when you move over to the next option, there are some effects that you can actually add, whether that's a lens glare, some snowflakes, this yellow shading on there. Same thing with the filters. You can actually move that bar over to the left and it will lighten it a bit. Alright, you can also change some of your saturation effects on here as well. Lighten it, make it darker. I encourage you to go through and just play around with each one of them to see what each filter and adjustment does. You can also crop the photos, and you have custom crop, or you can use some of the already other sized crops that are in there. Alright, so once you select it, you just go ahead and hit just save. You can either share it from here, or if you go back to your gallery, there's a particular folder that saves it under, and it's called ACS. So the only other thing that I do want to add is that while this app is free and some of the color palettes and filters are free as well, you can actually purchase other ones that you may like better for an additional cost. And don't worry, it's really inexpensive. I bought the Flashes of Delight one for I think $2.99. And as soon as I bought it, I had immediate access to the entire color palette. So if you're interested in doing that, you can find the ones that are for purchase here. All right, so going back to the Color Story app, I'm going to go ahead and just take a photo to show you where you can purchase the other presets or filters. Under Filters, if you scroll over to the right, you will see that there's this little addition sign up to the top right of some of these filters. Those are the ones that are available for purchase. So I'm going to show you an example of Fawn here. Notice at the top it gives you the pricing, $2.99. And it shows you a preview of what that filter will actually look like with some of the different options that are in it. Now testing out another one, Cardigan. Same thing, $2.99, and here are what some of the photos will look like when you use this particular filter. So that's it for us today. I hope that you found a new free resource and that you could potentially use it to help curate your social media photos. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just hit the subscribe button below. Also, feel free to share this video with anybody who you think may benefit from the information shared today. If you want more marketing tips, tools, and tactics, feel free to visit my website at theseasonedmarketer.com, and don't forget to tune in next Monday.